like the Churchill Mark 7. It's got really strong armor, and I can even give German tanks a run for their money. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same thing about the gun. You see, no matter what battle rating it's in, the gun is just awful. I like to play the Command 1, despite its shortcomings, but mainly because of the gun. 77mm cannon, that pretty much has like almost the same 17 pounder firepower as well as an APDS that can pen up to 200mm of armor. But unfortunately, the armor isn't really working too well. But what if I told you that there is a premium tank that you can get during a limited time? That is basically the best of both worlds. Introducing the Black Prince. And it's exactly as I said it, this is basically a Churchill Mark 7 that has a 17 pounder. And not just any 17 pounder, a 17 pounder with APDS. Like this thing's armor is absolutely ridiculous if I'll be perfectly honest. I mean, like, sure, it has the same upper front plate as the Churchill Mark 7, 152mm of armor right here. The thing is that, when is the last time you actually see someone play the Black Prince or any Churchill in this manner? Obviously, they will be playing like this. Just angle in any way, and they're not getting through this anytime soon, and not a lot of players will actually try to risk it with the side armor as well, because 95mm of thickness right here, but as you can see, just a little bit of, going left or right, it's still over 200mm of armor. And if you think that, oh, I can just wait for them to point the gun at me, I can just shoot the turret armor, right? Well, technically yes, because it's 152mm here and then doesn't have any slope. However, because of how awkwardly modeled the turret mainland actually is, you'll be surprised that not a lot of guns can actually go right through this. And the best part, I technically don't even need to put a bush on it, because Gaijin is nice enough to provide a tarp. So yeah, they're not getting through this anytime soon. Worst case scenario, they shoot a little bit low and yeah, that's another 50mm on top of the 152. But of course, there are some weak spots that you need to take note of. Firstly, this thing right here. Britain, you never really learn from your mistakes, Unfortunately, this is a little bit like the Churchill Mark 7. I mean, the good news is that it's not as glaring, but still though, at battle rating 6.0, you're going to come across a lot of tanks that don't really care. As well as, other than the upper front plate, there's also this thing right here, and then the lower plate as well, 139mm of armor. So again, just to tell you, please angle your Churchill. Now there's also another weak spot that you need to be very careful of, is actually this thing right here, 25mm. Some of the more high power cannons can actually go right through this, but funny enough, due to the fact that this little mud guard is in the way, it's actually very hard to see. I mean, sometimes they actually try to shoot this and ended up getting like the track or the mud guard right here at a very wide angle. I mean, if these right here can actually bounce a T-34 shell, yeah, this T-34, that's how ridiculous this thing is. Now, one more thing to note is that normally I don't talk about the sides on the rear, but your rear armor is really not looking too good. Like 51mm of armor. Pretty much a lot of SPAA and like 4.3, 5.0, 6.0 battle rating can actually go right through this, so be a bit careful when you're showing your rear towards the enemy. And of course, the next big downside of the Black Prince is that it doesn't have a very good engine for something this heavy. Like 350 horsepower. I remember there was a podcast or a story about how the Black Prince is supposed to have a better engine than this. I guess it got to be tethered to the earth one way or another. However, one saving grace that this thing have is that for a British tank, especially something this heavy, you have a very decent reverse gear. 7.3 kilometers an hour, unlike, the Challenger at 3 kilometers an hour. So yeah, you can pretty much find a good hunker down spot and then just shoot the enemy, then drive back into cover. No problem. And of course, as I mentioned, 17 pounder cannon. As we all know, very powerful gun that doesn't have armor piercing high explosive rounds. But if you know what you're doing with the solid armor piercing rounds, that's not a big deal. But of course, at battle rating 6.0, you might want to bring a lot of APDS, because if you get up there, you're going to be facing Tiger 2s, SU-100s, I would also say IS-2, but those guys are not a big deal. As well as, T-34s, T-26 E5s, and worst case scenario, you see a pattern tank. But just so you know, sometimes APDS doesn't really shrapnel too well, or, doesn't really feel that way. So I will advise bringing a few of these, maybe 10 to 15 rounds, so that in case you come across the enemy tank from the sides or from the front that you can actually penetrate, you might want to use this shell instead. Just be careful that the round velocity, or rather the effective range of these two shells, are very different. And of course, other aspects of the gun, you can bring up to 89 rounds of ammunition, You don't really have to bring so many, especially since a bit of a explosive accident waiting to happen. But if you want to, be my guest because first stage ammo is right underneath the turret. Enemy tank managed to penetrate this. Like, you know, the Tiger one's better penetration armor piercing shell. Penetrate this, explosive healer will just ammo rag you. So, doesn't matter if you bring more or less. Reloading rate on this thing is 6.4 seconds, which is okay, that's a little bit fast. I mean, it is a 17 pounder, but I will still say put some points into your reloading rate as well as your leadership just to drop the reload from, I believe it was, yeah, 7 seconds. Then vertical guidance negative 10 gun depression, which is, you know, the usual. Just be careful about pointing your gun backwards because of these two things right here. 13 degrees a second turret turn time, that's not too bad. And finally, no gun stabilizer, but given how slow this thing is, it's not a big deal. So yes, it's a very solid tank. Pretty much bounces almost everything you come across except, you know, a Tiger Long 88. But will I still recommend this vehicle? My answer is yes. But, only if you can afford it or you can buy it during a sale. And make sure there's actually a sale. But enough about the Black Prince. Let's take this thing on the battle and hopefully I can see a lot of the German tanks that I can bully. I mean, show how powerful this thing really is against them. I don't spray my machine gun. Well done. Yeah, keep trying, buddy. Keep trying.
Armor piercing. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. Armor piercing.
Oh no, whatever, what I do?
Armor piercing. Loading.
As much as I want to deal with it. My guy, can you please handle that? My guy, he's right in front of you!
The enemy has most of the strategic zones.
Armor piercing. Loading. Target hit.
I wonder if high explosive will work against it.
High explosive. Loading.
Yep, it works.
Target destroyed.
Oh, that's cute. That is so cute. Thank you. How is my repair so long though? That's what I wanna know.
Okay, chaps. Put the kettle on.
When this body grind is over, no more suffering for me. If I get my even reward, oh, how abundant I will be.
Armor piercing.
No more spending it on grinding. No more shedding any tears.
Armor piercing.
You'll tell the bloody snail
Armor piercing. Loaded.
to stick the gears on the rear.
Target destroyed.
There's like somebody behind me, isn't there?
Piercing loaded.
Can you guys, help? Thank you.
Armor piercing. Loading. Armor piercing loaded. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Piercing.
I don't really have a choice.
Target damage. Armor piercing. Loaded.
Becoz are under enemy control.
Oh, come off me, game. Oh,
Target destroyed. We've been hit. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded.
oh my goodness.
Armor piercing loaded.
I don't care you stole my kill, but that poor Walker Bulldog, man.
Armor piercing loaded.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the designated grid square. Attention to the designated grid zone.
Armor piercing loaded.
I need to be careful. The Tiger 2, no matter what version, is one of the few tanks that can kill me.
Target destroyed.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Armor piercing loaded! Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded! Loading armor piercing.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
No good.
Attention to the designated grid zone. Attention to the designated grid square.
Armor piercing loaded! The hitter! Murder unconscious! Red hit! Armor piercing loaded!
Take care of you first.
Losing fuel! Target destroyed!
Ah, god damn it. Okay, they found me.
The engine is burning! Enemy forces have captured a zone.
You wish to turn 5 me, sir?
Air 070, 100 meters. Attention. Attack the A point.
Armor piercing loaded. Load armor piercing. Load armor piercing. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. The hitter.
Request target for airstrike.
Armor piercing loaded. Armor piercing loaded. We don't do nothing fast. The enemy will win.
Knock it off.
Destroyed. Armor piercing loaded.
Thank you.
Target destroyed.
I applaud your effort.
Armor piercing loaded.
It's over. God damn it.
Mission failed. Regroup.
Oh, this is not somebody I want to toy with.
Request tech assist. Shot deployed. Target damaged. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded.
Attention to the map.
Left side, buddy. Left side.
Attention to the map.
Yep, I fucking knew it.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
I probably shouldn't be pushing this aggressively. Especially since I don't have anyone else with me. Yep, this is what I get.
Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. We've been hit. Armor piercing loaded.
Wanna run that by me again?
Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded. Target
That's right.
destroyed.
I've taken out your giant. What are you gonna do now? Nothing. That's right.
Armor piercing loaded.
Thank you. Beacon, if you don't mind. Drive. Aha! Suck it, bitch!
Radiator damage. Starting.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
Armor piercing loaded. High explosive loaded. Target destroyed. Armor piercing loaded.
Armor piercing, locked and loaded. I'm coming, friend. Oh. I suck. I'm so sorry, buddy. There you go. That should buy some time.
Target destroyed.
I thought that was a jumbo. That's okay. I got it anyway. Oh, this thing is awesome. Hey, buddy.